We are live. If anybody's here.
You are looking live. Like Brent Musburger.
Yes. But you are looking live at this picture on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Dude, how good was the football this weekend?
I was talking today. I said, the game, the Buffalo Kansas City game is probably the best game that I've ever watched.
To which somebody put up a thing that said, Super Bowl's canceled. We just want Buffalo and Kansas City to play a World Series. Best four out of
best
seven.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm down, man. I can watch those two teams go at it all day long.
No dog in the fight, and I'm all in.
Me either. I just enjoyed watching the two quarterbacks carve that shit up, man.
Yeah. It's just, when you go
we got to see Josh Allen live, so we knew what he could do.
Yes. He just did it to the Jets, though, so that's not the same.
But to do it to the Chiefs?
Yeah. No.
The only crime was he never touched the ball in overtime.
I know. Yeah,
but
rules is the rules for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like the in the crease rule. No goal. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Buffalo.
That rule sucked from the get-go.
It did. But it was the rule, and they didn't enforce it. But anyway. All right, John's here. Gail's here. That's more than we need. Are you prepared to kick this pig?
Let it be kicked.
All right, then I'm going to give you a 5-inch tree. Who's your mama? That's a 30. We don't want that. I don't even know why that's there.
That's a big 30.
Yeah, we don't
but
want
that's
that
musical one. Wum, wum, wum,
yeah.
wum.
We'll give you this. You could hear that for 30 seconds, but we're not going to do that. We're going to give you a 5-inch tree.
And you'll hear nothing.
Who's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a late breaking cancellation. Dr. Green Thumb is back. Witch Gotti, a few trips to court, Sergeant Pepper spawned gangster rap, and what else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
You don't want it. Now a witness trend. Street now. I want y'all to tell me the name of my
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback himself, George Robbins.
And a pleasant welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday. It is officially one day after our 8th anniversary as we record. Episode 417 coming at you live and direct from New York and Virginia. Bill up in New York, Jamie in Virginia for the 8th year going. How are you, my friend?
I am well. Kicking off year 9. I don't know if there's
crazy.
Any significance, but 9.
9. Ridiculous, man.
Not 6 episodes, but 9 years.
It's ridiculous to me, man.
It's just so ridiculous.
But glad to be doing it with my best friend, as we always do about this time. We were talking about that on the weekend, how we never thought we'd get to this point, and here we are, and others never thought we'd get to this point, and here we are. And
yeah, because as I posted the other day, what it comes down to is the same thing we've been doing from day one. It's 2 hours hanging out with my best friend each week.
Yep.
Doing what we would be doing if we were together.
Yep.
So we're just sharing us with all of you.
I was going to say, and at this point, it is that. Plus, we have some extra people joining us for fun.
We do.
So we shouldn't really beat around the bush too much, other than the fact that we were talking about it. Boy, we're not a football podcast or anything, but man, what a great weekend of football.
Yes.
And again, like you and I both said, neither one of us had any dogs in the fight.
No, because our teams suck.
I did love the reference to Aaron Rodgers, a couple of them that I saw after he lost, because his thing with the whole vaccination, immunization, whatever it is.
Yes.
Some people were calling him Rush Lambeau. I thought that was hysterical. Rush Lambeau.
Yes. Not Rochambeau. That's a whole different thing.
Some people were saying he understands that the scoreboard said what it said, but he's going to do his own research to make sure.
Yes, John, you like my background? That is my plan when this is over.
Yes.
But I only get 10 minutes tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh God. So here we are, ready to go. Episode 417. We've got the same stuff we always have. We've got some hip hop headlines, as we always do.
Yep.
We've got some woo news. We've got a one and done, a record of the week, and old to the new this week, which is
that's
third
3 weeks
week in a row. And this one is pretty impressive.
Yes. And I got written permission.
Yes, I saw it. We got
because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just say, screw it. The people need to hear it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going. But if I can get permission, I feel better about it.
My wife is asking for a code from DoorDash. I didn't get one.
I did not either. So tell her I don't have it either.
So let me see. Up here it is.
Is it 9 as in 9th year going now?
No, there's no 9 in it. But every set of numbers in there, if you add them together, equal 9. So that's kind of cool.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. We've got Bill Reed's lyrics, of course. We'll remind everybody what the fresh flicks are going to be, and then we'll put a bow on this thing, which reminds me.
You mean this movie right here?
Yes, that one. Well, you showed everybody last week.
Yeah, but the one person who's going to love the movie, I don't think was here last week. So,
So I am going to make sure I have the proper headwear on so that I can switch from Bill to Phil later. Yes, you caught a 9er in there, which is more than any of the Packers secondary did this weekend.
Yeah.
Old Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Deebo knocked them the fuck out, man.
He is still not better though than Tyreek Hill waving.
Yeah, he did the.
He gave a peace sign to a guy who was in front of him still.
Yeah, which is crazy.
The only person who's going to keep up with him is like DK Metcalf, and he's obviously not on the field at the same time. So
DK Metcalf's a beast. Anyway, we're not a football podcast. We are a classic hip hop podcast. So we are going to do that classic hip hop thing. So with that in mind, would you please, for the 9th year going, hit me with a little bit of that Triple H?
This is hip hop head rock. Mr. Throwback Thursday.
we'll get on it. It's your time.
It's my toin, but apparently it's not the Fuji's toin. And this is not a Lauryn Hill thing this time.
It's not. I think it's just because nobody wanted to see Praz.
Yeah.
It's all Praz's fault.
Yeah, you know, that there is a there's a strong possibility of such thing. This comes to us from the AV Club, and this is, as you were talking beforehand, this is one of the ones that I had seen before you sent me the notes.
Yes.
And I was going to send it to you and say, look, El Boogie had nothing to do with this.
That's right.
The Fugees have canceled the Score reunion tour over concerns from COVID. So
now is it because the group is concerned that they may get it? Is it they're concerned for their audience? Is it they're concerned that their audience isn't going to get the vaccine and then still show up?
It doesn't really say one way or another,
No,
other than
but
the
it does
fact.
say
Yeah.
ticket sales were not what they wanted, and that's
No.
why I'm thinking is the real reason.
Yeah.
Let's
COVID
blame it on
happens to be-
COVID,
Yeah,
but this
COVID
didn't play out
happens
the
to
way we
be a-
thought.
Happens to be a very nice excuse.
Hmm.
Might not be the real excuse.
Yeah, I think it's very, very easy to say, all right, we all got back together. This is what everybody's been waiting for. Let's go
Mhm.
out here and do this for 8 shows or whatever it is. And then the people didn't buy the tickets.
Yeah.
And they went, COVID, let's shut this down for COVID for right now.
They were doing this last year. There was a show in New York.
Was it
And
New
then-
Year's Eve or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the day after, the rest of the dates were pushed back from 21 to 22
Mhm.
to ensure, quote, the best chance that all cities on the tour are fully open, which at the time kind of
Makes sense. Yep.
But now it's 22. Things aren't all that much better. They've canceled the tour, and people are saying the band you thought would never get together again never got together.
they
again.
did not get back together again.
They lived up to their hype.
Yep. They
But
played
this
they played
time-
one show though.
And like I said, though, this time, and as much as we love to troll her about her time management skills, this
Yes.
was not an El Boogie thing. So,
No.
yeah, many of the dates, according to Variety, had very light ticket sales.
Mm.
So, I mean, probably.
And I would think that part of that too would be El Boogie's reputation.
Maybe.
You
Or,
know, not a chunk of it, because you're still going to get to see her, just
right,
maybe not until 3 hours after you thought you were going to see her. But
kind
you
of
know,
like Toast
when you-
Face and Ray and
yeah,
Virginia.
that exactly. You're going to put yourself into a situation where there's hundreds of people around you, close
Mhm.
quarters. COVID is a very real concern.
Yes, still.
don't
and
wanna
will
be
for a
there-
while.
Yeah, you don't want to be there an extended amount of time just standing around with people breathing on you
Right.
when the group's not there. So that could be a very real concern.
And whereas the first time it was canceled, it was a when are they going to reschedule? Now it's really kind of an if.
And because
And-
I'm sure that it took quite the amount of planning for them to get all their schedules, aside from Praz, to get all their clear.
I don't know. Maybe he had to put in for his time off from Walmart.
Maybe he was dancing around the border like he was Cassius Clay. I don't know.
He might have been.
But they had everybody, the stars had aligned and they figured it out. We're going to do this.
hmm
Who knows if that can happen again?
If it does, I'll be pleasantly surprised, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to put $5 on it on MGM. Like,
No.
if I did, I would put it the other way, to be honest with you. So
Bet
it
the
is
under,
what
yes.
it is. Yes, bet the under. It is what it is.
And it
It's a
is
shame, too.
canceled.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because I was kind of looking forward to somebody in the posse being able to see this show
Yeah.
and giving us a review on it. But c'est la vie. So we will.
Savoir faire.
He's everywhere.
I've heard.
That's what I hear anyway. So let's go to billboard.com for our next one.
Sure, why not?
Cypress Hill are back.
Yes.
They just put out a record without saying nothing, man.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't put it out yet.
They
But
haven't put it out
announced they're putting a record out, and
very soon.
yeah, March 18th it's going to
Yeah.
be arriving. But this will be, I think, is this their 10th record? Is that what?
I believe so, yes.
So, yeah, the boys from Cypress Hill, they said, we're stoked to let y'all know their new record, Back in Black. So AC/DC probably getting their lawyers ready.
Yeah.
Featuring rapper Dizzy Wright, which
Don't know.
has a single called Bye Bye.
Oh,
And
InSync's going to have their lawyers ready.
no, NSYNC is
There's
Bye
only
Bye
two
Bye.
buys, I know.
You got to get that extra one. It's kind of like how Rob Van Winkle tried not to get in trouble by saying his was do.
Yes, had that extra note in there.
Had the extra do.
Yeah, but then he bought it anyway. So
Yes. Do. All that do.
we will
But,
get to doo doo later.
Yes, we will. Be Real says, we tried to make a dark song. This song, Bye Bye, it's a statement. We spoke about the politics of today in a roundabout way and being lulled into this dream world by the government, trying to blind us from the separation that they created to put us to sleep while they do whatever they want.
And a bunch of songs about smoking weed.
Because it is a Cypress Hill record.
It is. Old Dr. Green Thumb, yeah.
So I'm taking a look at the track list for this thing. There's really nothing that stands out that says weed about it, but
It'll be there.
I'm sure it will. But Be Real's got that unique nasally voice that's kind of.
And that's not even his. That is his created rapping voice.
Yeah, that's his performance voice. Because when he does interviews, he sounds nothing like that.
Yeah. Sendog, on the other hand, he sounds the same.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm looking forward to this. And I'm not a huge Cypress Hill fan, but you gotta love these classic artists who are still trying to get stuff done,
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm just hoping that it's classic Cypress Hill and it's not,
Cypress Hill
DJ Muggs out there saying, "Ooh, this is what's working. This is what I'm going to put on the track this time." And
yeah, I hope it's not Lil Cypress or
because Cypress Hill has a very distinct sound. It's like picking up one of those Bomb Squad produced records.
I was just going to go the same spot and say,
yes, Cypress Hill's got that weird sounds to it too.
Yeah, that very high pitched, not a very full sound, but a high pitched, almost hollow. But you know it when you hear it. It's like you could listen to 2 seconds of a Cypress Hill jam and be like, "That's Cypress Hill." So good luck to him. I can't wait to see this record when it comes out on March 18th. And I'm quite sure we're probably going to feature it.
There's a very good chance of that. Who knows? Maybe they'll be our March Artist of the Month and it'll just be a natural thing.
Just dumber things have happened.
Yes, like
our
8 years worth of it.
Going into 9. Our next article, Irv or John, makes you wonder, which of the Gaudis is the lawbreaker?
Yeah.
Well, according to Hot New Hip Hop, both of them. Irv Gotti's been aired out for allegedly,
yes,
stealing a classic DMX beat, which, dude, that's pretty fucking shitty,
yeah.
You got to be doing that shit after Earl passes away. That's what Earl would be saying if he was still here. So, the producer says that Irv stole What's My Name beat and publishing from DMX.
Yeah, that's the dirty part. It's like, okay, you're the in-house producer or you come up with the beat for this track and you're like, I think this would be great for DMX. I'm gonna bring it over here. I think this would be great for BIG. I'm gonna bring it over here. And it gets in-house to these people and they go, "Oh, well, I like that, but let me tweak it a little bit because for my guy, it's gonna have to sound like this." And they add a beat or two, and all of a sudden, now they share in the publishing because they are listed as a producer because they changed the note before they gave it to their guy.
Right, and this came about because there's a producer named Self Service. And he was on a podcast called My Expert Opinion that's hosted by Matt Hoffa. Self-Service said that Irv Gotti, among other big-name producers, doesn't exactly contribute to the process of producing a track the way you might think. He says Gotti added nothing to DMX's What's My Name. He said Irv took credit and didn't do nothing on that beat.
See?
And there's another Gotti, by the way. There's a guy named Yo Gotti. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says Self-Service talked about how big name producers view quote unquote producing and what that entails. Irv would hear a beat, decide what artist should be on it, like you said.
Yep.
Making the slightest adjustment in saying that he composed it.
Yeah, the ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. If he added the ding, that's now his thing.
Yeah.
No, that's not the way it works, man.
No, but
But,
he's the name though.
Yeah.
So that's
Here's the best-
why it works.
And here's what Self-Service had to say too. He said that Gotti's been stealing publishing from him for decades. The writer gets 50%, the producer gets 50%. He took 25. He's been getting 25% of my publishing for that record, and that was 20 years ago.
For ding.
For a ding. Yeah, he goes, most all Irv shit that came out of Murder Inc. back then, was produced by a guy named Fingers, a producer named Lil Rob, a producer named DL, or myself. Everything, all the minutia stuff done by Irv, but his name is on it.
Yep.
He said
Some old Sylvia Robinson stuff.
the only reason his name is on it is because he was a bigger name, and they thought that
Exactly.
it might help boost records.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get an album that's produced by Irv Gotti or an album that's produced by Self-Service, which one's carrying more weight when you're putting it out there?
Back then, the Irv Gotti name, of course. I love this too. Self-Service said that to protect himself, he didn't sign with Irv Gotti. Gotti offered him a contract, and Self's lawyer said, if you sign this contract, I'm not being your lawyer anymore. So it's crazy. Absolutely crazy what these guys, industry rule number 4080.
Have a good one, Jason. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thank you very much, Jason. He also calls out some other quote unquote producers' business practices that are less than clean, shall we say.
Yes.
Forthright is a great word. Piss Dookie would be one.
Yes.
The guy who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show this year would be one. Jermaine Dupri would be one. Yeah, he says Puff did it, Irv did it, Jermaine Dupri, Nickelbacks with them names. They were getting beats from other Nickelbacks. Dre did it too. So Self-Service served himself, just like his name.
Yes. Well, somebody's got to. Ain't nobody else looking out for him.
Well, good for him. I like it. I like the fact that, you're going to do shitty shit. You deserve to be called out on it.
Exactly. I mean, does it work out for him in the end, aside from, does it work out monetarily? That's the hope.
And well, hopefully it works out, because I'll tell you what, he'll probably get blackballed from the industry.
Yeah.
Because some of those guys are still pretty big in the industry.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, because so many people know that they do this already.
Mm-hmm. Now, next one, you said "Prove It," which is the title of the article, and we've talked about this one in the past. AllHipHop.com.
Yeah, I think it was over the summer that this came out,
and that was that Hawaiian Sophie was in a lawsuit over images of Reasonable Doubt.
When Jonathan Mannion took pictures.
Yes.
And then, they are his property because he was hired to take the pictures.
Yes.
And the pictures came out later on, and Hawaiian Sophie said, no, you can't have those. That's not who I am. I don't look like that. That is not the way I want to be represented anymore. And he says,
and Mannion was
I don't care. They're my fucking pictures.
Yeah, tough shit.
Could you imagine, on a completely different scale, but could you imagine if LL Cool J had a picture taken of him where he wasn't dead on the way he wants to look now, and he went to Ernie Panicoli and said, Ernie, you can't have that picture and you can't use that for anything?
Ernie would have given him 3 directives. Fuck off, climb back on, and fuck off again.
Yeah. So this is on that same level.
I mean, Ernie might not have been that obnoxious about it, but
yes. Yeah. He would have gotten his point across.
Yeah, he definitely would have. So Hawaiian Sophie was not able to reach a settlement on this thing. So they're going to go to trial.
Yeah. So Mannion's basically said, this is my shit. You can't tell me what I can do with it. And
Yeah.
no amount of money that you're trying to throw at me is going to work and make me change my mind.
And the basis of the suit is that Sophie is suing him for selling photos of
Yep.
the rapper without his permission.
Yeah.
But they're his photos.
pictures. Yeah.
Mhm. So the trial date scheduled for July 22nd of 2022. So I guess a few months we'll give you an update as to what we find out about it.
Anything we hear, we send along to you.
I just love the fact that it says, Jay-Z never gave Mannion permission to resell any of the images. Hey, he doesn't need to. They're his images.
No.
So Mannion moved to dismiss the claims. The judge ruled that the lawsuit can proceed, ruled against him. But I
The
hope
judge ruled everything around him.
Mannion wins this thing.
Oh, me too.
Because at this point, if he doesn't, ain't nobody going to take another picture again. So what's Sophie going to do? Take everybody's cell phone at the next concert that takes a
Yeah.
fucking snap of them?
No, they can have it. They just can't do anything with it. They can't share it. They can't sell it. They can't. Again, Ernie has books full of people.
Uh-huh.
He sold those books. Nobody's coming
Uh-huh.
after him. So this is just a dick move, is what it is.
Yeah, well, it's a dick person. That's why. So when you think hip hop, I love the title of this too. BWA, Beatles with Attitudes.
Yes.
When you think hip hop, I go right to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts
Well,
Club
of
Band.
course. How do you not?
Right after It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back.
They're 1 and 1A there. It's
Yeah. And this comes to us from UCR, UltimateClassicRock.com. You're
yeah.
probably thinking, why are we using a classic rock reference on a hip hop podcast? Let me
we
show you
can.
something.
Because we can, that's why.
Because they're saying that the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper helped spawn gangster rap.
Now let everybody pause and digest that.
Mm-hmm. So Jerry Heller, if you remember him from the whole
He gone.
Straight Outta Compton thing, yeah, he gone, said in an interview that was recently rediscovered that Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the Beatles album released in 1967, set the
number.
bar impossibly high for all other rock and rollers. So recording costs skyrocketed and all that. He says, when you sell 100,000 records, you're supposed to make money. It's not supposed to be like what became at Interscope, where the average artist had to sell 1.2 million units just to recoup their costs.
Right. Yep.
Because recording costs started skyrocketing as other acts tried to create their own concept style album like Sgt. Pepper.
Right.
Or, there's all sorts of, not just hip hop. If you had to come up with a concept record,
hmm
what is your favorite? I have two of them.
I would say Styx Paradise Theater.
Okay, that's not one of the ones I had, but a very good record nonetheless.
Yeah. Thanks.
My two, actually, I'll throw three in there, actually.
2112.
2112, of course. Just the first side. The first side is based off of an Ayn Rand book, I think.
And if you can consider Thick as a Brick
That's my
a
second
concept
one.
album, I would go with that one.
That's my second one. And my third one, Operation Mindcrime.
Mm.
If you like Queensryche, that was a wild record. Now, I know you're not the biggest Queensryche fan, but everybody
I'm not.
kind of knows that record.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the three I came up with. But you're probably trying to think, well, how does Sgt. Pepper spawn gangster rap? Well, Jerry Heller talked about Supersonic by JJ Fad.
It cost like $200 or something to make that album.
Exactly.
Was it too? I knew it was something ridiculous.
Well, the song cost $200. I don't know if the
Yes.
whole album costed, but Straight Outta Compton and Easy Does It were made for $12,000 and $8,000 respectively.
Right. So now you can pay your artists because you didn't spend hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to make their album,
Mm-hmm.
like Sgt. Pepper
Right.
and any other. We need this much money to make this whole album that we believe is going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If the people understand where we're coming from when we were thinking about what we were going to do.
Right. Which if you have to explain it in the liner notes, kind of
Right.
defeats the purpose of making the record, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Would
yeah,
you consider Bad Outta Hell a concept album?
I thought about that, especially since Meatloaf just passed away.
I don't know. It's just a thought.
I don't think so, because I don't think you can
Connect the
seamlessly
dots.
weave all of the songs together.
Mhm.
I think each song has a definite sound to it.
Oh yeah.
But that's more, I think, the Jim Steinman writing style than anything else.
Yeah.
Because if you close your eyes and you just listen to the music of a lot of Bad Outta Hell, you can picture Celine Dion singing that shit, because Steinman wrote the majority of Celine Dion stuff and the majority of Meatloaf's big anthem tracks.
Yeah. I believe Bad Outta Hell would be more of a rock opera
Maybe.
than a concept album.
Maybe 2112 might be the same thing, because I could picture 2112, at least the first side of that record, being performed as a play almost, as a performance piece that way, not just as a concert thing where it's just the music. I could actually see characters and develop a story. God, if I had the time, I could probably write it myself. But
well, didn't you say it was already based off of a story?
It was loosely based off of an Ayn Rand book, but Chris Gaines and the Life. That's actually, I don't know. John just brought that up. I don't know if you could consider that a concept album, other than the fact that
the character was
concept of Garth Brooks wanting to have an alter ego. Yeah, nobody said Pink Floyd's Brick
The
on
Wall,
the Wall. So that is
or Tommy, or
Tommy. Tommy is definitely the rock opera.
Yes.
I mean, hell, they turned that into a show.
Yeah.
On Broadway.
But so you to reel it back in, all of these albums that we're mentioning were all top dollar put out by the label in order to give them what they wanted so they could have this creation. And it took them forever to recoup the money for it. So Ruthless goes out and puts out $10,000 to make an album so that people can get paid. Not that Jerry Heller paid those people, but they made the money.
Theoretically, he was supposed to. It just didn't happen.
Yes, it made money to be paid to the artists, even if they didn't get it.
Right. And it's kind of ironic, they say in this article, to think that one of the greatest rock and roll records of all time basically killed rock and roll records. Yeah. Because that's when people decided, I can make this kind of record for 1/100th of the cost.
Right.
And I'll get my money back. I mean, of course, the landscape changed as well as the listenership and things like that too. But just a fascinating comparison between the two, I thought. So, Chris Gaines was released specifically as a concept album. Yeah. Yeah, and it failed miserably. I had that record. I listened to the first track on it, and I thought, it's not good enough to be a Garth Brooks record, although it sounds like Garth Brooks, but it doesn't have that Garth sound to it. The voice sounds like him, but it was, it was 10 shades of shit. So, and the album cover was Garth Brooks
with a douche tag.
Yeah, with the the Flavor Saver and the bad bangs on the hair. It was just, The
Look
whole
like
thing was
Zoolander
just-
gone bad.
That is a perfect description. That is exactly what he looked like there. Holy shit. I never put the two of them together until you just said that. And now I can't think of it any other way.
Well, that's good. That's because that's the way it should be.
But enough about Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines.
And
Let's
Derek
talk
Zoolander.
about Big Daddy Kane. How's that?
Let's do that.
And this comes to us from our friends at complex.com. And you have named this one. You had a funky name for it, and my thing just
Did I?
disappeared. Knock him out the box, Kane.
Yes.
So
there was a lot of news about this, but there was never the entire story,
right. And
which was what Kane came out and said, like on all his social media. He said, look, yes, what happened, what they say happened, but this also happened, and
Yeah,
nobody's
it's-
telling you that.
and it's unfortunate. He
That's
says,
the clickbait articles. So
yeah, he offered a sincere apology for what he says was a misunderstanding during a concert in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
yes, where Kane knocked out or he threw him off stage. He threw off
Yes.
his sign language interpreter.
He pushed him to the side of the stage. Yes.
Yeah.
As he was doing his job.
Yeah, but Kane wasn't told that this guy was going to be on stage by his management didn't know. So the guy was there at the request of the house, I guess.
Yeah. Because I think that is a separate thing. I don't think the artists have to provide the sign language. I think the concert venue does that.
I think that too, because a lot of times you'll see the artist
same
come up
person.
to them
Yeah.
and be like, oh shit, like not like they don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so Kane had this guy on stage who he just thought was a fan because he's mouthing the words while he's signing. So Kane just figures he's on stage mouthing the words.
And shouldn't have been there.
Right.
Probably thought it was a security breach,
Yeah.
which if I wasn't instructed that there was going to be a sign language, I probably would think the same thing too.
Exactly.
But
Because
and
he's
this
not
is
sitting there
what-
staring around the stage. He's a very audience focused entertainer.
right. And
So
here's
just
what,
out of the corner of your eye to see the guy.
yeah. And this is what Kane put up on his, I think it's on his Instagram. He said, so a lot of people saw this, but what y'all didn't see was this. And there's another video on Instagram. The guy's name is Billy Sanders. Basically, after he pushed him to the side of the stage, Kane realized who the guy was and what he was there for, went over to him, apologized,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, for lack of a better term, gave him a little pound. It was like, my bad. I didn't realize
Yeah.
what you were up here for.
Yeah.
He goes, I've done a lot of crazy shit in my life, but I would never try to disrespect an interpreter that's doing sign language for the deaf community on stage.
Right. At my show,
Yeah. He said he thought he was just an eager fan. Nobody told him an interpreter would be on the stage with him.
Right.
That
so,
was his exact quote. No one told me what was going on. No one told my manager that there
Nope.
was going to be an interpreter.
so just some dude is standing on stage with me all of a sudden.
We were clueless. So when I came on stage and saw someone just mouthing the lyrics, I just wanted to get him off stage.
Yeah.
And he said, no one showed the clip of me apologizing to the guy and allowing him to stay on stage and finish the show. No one showed the clip of me apologizing to the crowd because I said on the clip, I want everyone to enjoy the show. And that means even those who can't hear it, because you can feel it. Even if you can't hear the lyrics, there is undeniable proof.
Yeah, we were at the Wu-Tang show.
Uh-huh.
There was it a deaf person or a blind person in front of us?
There was a blind person in front of us.
Yeah. So I mean,
And they were rocking the shit out of that
Yeah.
place. But he also says, Billy Sanders, my sincere apology to you, bro. So
yeah, so it's sad that he has to go out on his own social media and say they didn't tell you the whole story. They're telling you that I did this. Yes, I did that. But here's why I did that. Here's what I did after to make it right.
But here's the thing, everybody is to the point now where they're just looking for a reason to get pissed off. They're looking for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. They throw those clickbait titles up there.
Mhm.
Big Daddy Kane assaults sign language interpreter. Okay. People are going to go, what? Kane did what? And they're going to click on it.
Yeah. But that's what it is. There's people who do nothing but sit around all day and just search the web for things to get mad at. And it's like, if your life is that fucking terrible, that's how you have to. That's why I can't stand. I am sensitive to a lot of issues.
I am a grumpy old man.
But I will never say I am woke. First of all, I think the word is fucking stupid. Woke is a verb. I woke up.
It's the name of some jeans.
Yes. And they come in one color, red.
That's right. It's not brown.
But it's not brown.
That's right.
But this woke mob that's out there that has to prove they're holier than thou on every little fucking thing.
On behalf of other people.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with them.
I would just as soon you are all cordially invited to go fuck yourself.
With Jay-Z.
Yes, absolutely. So good on Kane. I don't think he should have had to apologize, but the fact that he recognized in the moment what was going on.
Not after the show and somebody filled him in. He figured it out right there what was going on and went, oh shit, I'm sorry.
And the only person who was deserved an apology was Billy Sanders, the guy on stage. The rest of you motherfuckers in Instagram land, you don't deserve shit. You don't need shit. If that's what's going to be what determines whether or not you have a good day, whether or not Big Daddy Kane apologized over bumping some dude because he thought he was trespassing on the stage, then get a fucking life, will you? Jesus.
That is their life.
No, that's not a life. Those are the kind of people that I think we should be legally able to hit in the head with a fucking crowbar.
Oh, you can't do that?
No.
Oh, damn.
The word I said was
I better
legal.
stop.
You can
I thought
do
it was legal.
No. If it was, I'm sure, and I've said this in the past, you ought to be able to hit somebody in the fucking back of the head every day with a wiffle bat. I am sure I would be the guy who gets hit with a wiffle bat at least once.
I think we all would.
But in order to be able to do it to somebody who absolutely deserves it, I would take one. That's just me. Last bit of hip-hop headlines. The Wiffle Purge. I like it. Maybe that'll be our hip-hop name. We are Wiffle Purge. I love this. The King and the Icon.
Yes.
And what
as you recall, he mentioned this on our show.
He did. And that was back in what, year 2?
Yeah, it was like episode 80 something, 86 maybe.
So that's 6 years ago now. 7 years ago now. DMC, rap legend DMC, when he's not making comics or making wine or
making Chardonnay, yes.
Or hawking D's nuts.
Or writing children's books.
He's
that book is available now, by the way.
Oh, cool. So he's giving flowers to the living, as you like to say.
Yes.
And who deserves flowers more than the first female MC, the luminary icon herself, and friend of the show?
Yes.
MC Sha Rock.
I've noticed more and more lately, we've been able to say, friend of the show, blah, 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 mentions friend of the show, blah, 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 in their conversation. I'm like, we got a whole lot of people coming through here.
That's what happens when you stick around for 8 years running and get into year 9
and have friends.
How many of us have them, really?
Indeed.
I mean, we do.
Yes, we have the DJ who did that song too.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, everybody in Sha Rock broke down all sorts of barriers when she was part of Funky 4+1. She was not the +1 though, and she will be the first one to tell you that.
Yes,
because
She was there
That's
for
what
the Funky
everybody
Four.
thinks. She was there for the Funky Four. The +1 came in after her. They were the first. We've talked about this. First act to appear on network television when Blondie
Saturday Night Live.
Yep. But DMC basically said Sha Rock influenced him to pick up a microphone.
Yes.
Daryl McDaniels credits Sha Rock for inspiring him to use an echo on Down with the King and Run's House. And if you listen to those early Run DMC, you know, everything D says basically sounds like this
Mhm.
at the end. You know, he echoes just the last word. He doesn't echo the whole thing, but he just usually echoes the last word of the phrase.
Maybe that's what Mo D was doing. His guys don't have two names.
Maybe it's just Ross.
He was just an echo chamber.
That's my man Hump. You know. And Keith.
Yes. Oh, and we're going to talk about Mo D later too, by the way. But go ahead.
Yes, we are. He says it was my influence by Sha Rock, DMC says in a clip that was shared by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 legend, Scorpio.
The greatest pose in the business.
Yes.
That guy can pose.
He said, I was influenced by a girl for the echo thing. The Professor Bun B does it. Nice and smooth. Greg Nice does it. And Greg Nice does, you know, Dizzy Gillespie plays the sax.
Yeah.
And I had, you know, you don't realize that
He himself, he loves the Max.
You don't realize that it's a thing until you actually sit there and think about it.
Mhm.
Just the last word of the phrase, which is really kind of cool. He says, Greg Nice does it. I did it on Run's House and all my records because I heard a tape of Sha Rock. To all of you, my name is Sha. I'm not a millionaire. So I love the fact that DMC to this day still gives the proper acknowledgement to the ones who came before him. And
Yes.
he is one of the legends of the industry himself.
That's the big thing. Somebody, let's take D specifically, who to this day still puts out music. He puts out music with rock bands because he's a rock music fan.
Right.
He writes books. He writes comics. He has the wine. He has D's nuts. So D is still out there. Everybody
He's
today
the most active
knows
guy.
D.
Yes.
Right.
And
So
a lot of
you
people
may
know D that had no idea about Run DMC music.
right. So
because
if a kid comes up today and is reading Daryl's comic,
Mhm.
but doesn't listen to rap music, doesn't have any idea who Run DMC were, they still know D. So for D to be out there doing all this and saying, okay, you all know me. I want to tell you about some people who you may not know of
Mhm.
because you didn't grow up on hip hop. You weren't alive in the 70s and the early 80s. You
And
need
the
to go
reason-
back and look at the things that made me be who I am.
And that's the reason why I can do the things I do, because I was influenced by people like this.
Mhm.
It's just awesome. And you know what? There's a little blurb in here, and we didn't talk about it, but we give her a lot of shit, including screwing with her name. Good on Cardi B.
Oh, for the
She basically is paying for the funerals of everybody who passed
Yeah.
away in that awful Bronx fire.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that on the record we say, Cardi
Yay.
B, you earned that round of applause from us.
I don't have to like your music.
But-
Artist and art.
But that's a good person thing to do right
Yeah.
there. So Belcardis Amanzar, you're a good person.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure those families who probably have enough going on right now and you know didn't have nearly the money to take care of that.
No, I'm sure they more than appreciate the assistance.
So I wanted to make sure we mentioned that. So, and like I said, we've been all over her in the past
Yeah.
about her self-serving ways, sometimes when it comes to her opinions on music and things like that. But I'm telling you, that is a that is a good fucking human thing to do. So
Yep.
wanted to make mention of that.
It's
Last
not a
bit.
backyardigan thing to do.
It was not a backyardigan thing to do. That is a front yardigan,
Yes.
invite you on the front porch thing to do. And, I just wanted to make a public mention of that.
Yeah.
So last bit, and we're going to go back to Hawaiian Sophie well here.
Yeah.
Comes to us from Up Rocks.
I was going to actually post a question to the posse about this, but I got lazy.
So Big Sean, Hawaiian Sophie, Meek Mill, all these guys are throwing their support behind a bill that would prohibit rap lyrics in criminal trials.
Yes. So I'm torn on this. One, I agree that, your art should not be brought in as evidence, because I can sit here and write a song about how I killed 6 people back in 1989, and it could be a great song, well received. I could make a bunch of money off it, but it's completely fabricated. But these things are being brought in on court cases where they say, well, you said you did this. Well, that's not me. That is my persona. That is my act. That is my art. So I understand it for that. But there are people who actually did write songs about crimes they committed that were still open. So those lyrics were brought in and used justifiably because they could prove it with other evidence. Just the fact that you said you did something on a record doesn't mean that it's true, and it should not be able to be used as evidence. It should be like supporting documentation if you have evidence.
Right.
It's like, this happened, this happened, this happened. This is exactly how it went down. And this is the exact lyrics that he put down in the song right afterward.
And the reason why I think it's a slippery slope, and trust me, I am all about getting to the bottom of any kind of crime. And I'm not about hip hop artists bragging about shit that they do.
Or don't do.
Under the guise of artistic expression.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, when you start recording a song, last I knew, nobody made you swear on a Bible and say you were telling the truth before you hit record in the studio.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, it is a slippery slope to me. And it's not just, it's not just hip hop. I mean, where does it end? You think David Coverdale really was there on his own?
Right. No, he was with Deep Purple, but
he was. But that being said,
just go back to your Garth Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
What's the song where the Thunder Rolls? Is that the one?
Oh, where the
guy comes home.
Comes home from cheating, and the hidden lyric is that she pulls a gun out of the drawer and basically caps him.
Right. So,
I mean, hell, look at Goodbye Earl.
Yeah.
By the Chicks.
Dixie Chicks. Yep.
The absolute, the formerly known as Dixie Chicks now.
Chicks with dicks, whatever.
Because Dixie is considered a bad word. Now they're just the Chicks.
So little paper cups with the flowers on them are just called cups?
Pretty much, dude.
Okay.
Again, fucking woke mafia. That's why Lady Antebellum is now Lady A.
Mm-hmm.
They use lyrics from Mayhem to prove they burn churches. Chris is,
see, and that's my thing. If there is evidence already, and you have people on trial, and like, look, we just need that one extra nail in the coffin. What do you mean he wrote a song with exactly how they did it? Are you serious? So you bring it in to back up what you have, but you can't say, all right, I'm going to put Jay-Z on trial because he said he sold rock.
To me, that's got Tekashi 6ix9ine written all over it. Because that dude, all he did was just rat everybody out and talk about shit that he, supposedly had done. But I don't know. I'm of two minds of it. Like you,
Yeah.
I think if it's a coincidence, it's like, oh, there's a dead girl in a gutter, and you just released a song about, I capped this bitch and threw her in the gutter.
Right.
Then
If we believe that you are a suspect already, and then you did this, we're going to want to talk to you. Now, if this happened, we don't even know who you are, and all of a sudden this song comes out, am I going to look your way and try to connect some dots? Go, okay, is it possible that he was there? Okay, I'm fine with that. But you need the evidence already to point at that person to be able to use something like that to further your case, I think.
Yeah, I think that's that's Brian. That's called hookers in the freezer. That's right. See, I only have the instrumental version of that, Brian, so I wasn't sure of your lyrical prowess. Surprised that doesn't end up as a Bill Reed's lyrics.
You never know.
But Big Sean, Jay-Z, Meek Mill, they're all behind this thing
and I think it passed.
Yeah, it's a reform, and the timing of the bill, in light of the recent death of Drakeo the Ruler, who spent 2 years in jail in Los Angeles, as the district attorney prosecuted a case against him built largely around the lyrics of his music rather than hard evidence.
Yeah, see, that's tough. I'm 100%. If I think you did it, if I've got reason to believe you did it, and I have evidence, circumstantial or not, pointing in your direction, and then I have this to back it up. Okay, but that cannot be.
I'm really shocked that any jury would take song lyrics as a thing anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was the case,
187
dude,
on an undercover cop.
It's not just song lyrics. It's more like, think of all the movies you've seen. I mean, the guy who wrote Lolita, do you think he was really out there banging 13-year-old girls?
Research.
It wasn't a Harvey Weinstein film.
No.
Wasn't a Jeffrey Epstein film.
Nope.
But
wasn't a Kevin Spacey. Oh no, it wasn't about boys.
No, it's such a shame.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually saw a little blurb on Kevin Spacey the other night, and I forgot just how much at one point I actually enjoyed Kevin Spacey. American Beauty, The Negotiator, and Kevin Spacey at one point was
Usual Suspects,
really good. I never saw The Usual Suspects.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of, it's one of those movies that I know gets the oh my God face.
Yeah.
I've still never seen The Godfather, so shoot me.
Maybe I will, but probably not today. So.
Well, look, Brian just made up a perfect R. Kelly. R. Kelly.
Yeah. Pee on you.
I mean, the guy recorded "Bitch, Let Me Pee on You," and is on video peeing on underage girls.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Nabokov wrote the book. Just crazy stuff to think that without context that they can just use that stuff. But I agree with you. If the fingers start pointing that way, then you can say,
right.
Look, this is what you're accused of. And now this is your artistic impression of something. It
right.
seems to be establishing a pattern, And
it needs to be recent too.
I think that's the legal thing on it too, is establishing a pattern. So
yeah. I mean, you're not gonna have Jay-Z accused of selling cocaine today. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
But you're gonna go and grab a song from 1993 where he said he used to do it, and you're like, well, you said before that you did it, so we're arresting you for doing it right now. I don't know.
It's an interesting topic. But like I said, I'm of two minds of it, like you. I don't agree one way wholeheartedly, and I don't agree the other way wholeheartedly. But Very interesting. Well, that was a long hip hop headline segment.
It was.
So I think we should probably cut hip hop headlines off here and take our first break of the evening.
Sound like a plan.
It did to me too. So we will take our first break of the evening, and when we come back from hip hop headlines, or from our
From the
break,
break.
from our break after hip hop headlines. See, it was so long, I forgot what we were talking about.
That's
We
what
will
she
come
said.
back with no, never.
Never.
We will come back with some woo news, and then we're going to get into some music on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 417, the first episode of year number 9. Coming right back at you after the break.
I got a new shirt today.
You did.
Yes.
And what's it say?
It says this.
Got a deaf posse. You got a bunch of dudes. Am I broke cold crying about the Rockman Blues?
You are. And it's got the Mr. TBT logo on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can.
That's available
Right
at
there.
MrThrowbackThursday.com.
Yes, yes.
So it's available, Brian.
Yes, it is. Go to MrThrowbackThursday.com. With it /shop/store/ go to throwbackthursday.com and it's there.
Mhm.
One of the tabs. Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's for John. For Brock.
Mario Van Peebles.
Not Nia Peoples.
Dude, Nia Peoples at one point was,
Was also in everything too.
yeah. And hotter than hot, dude.
Let's see. How about
Chris still angling for that hat.
Look, so you became a patron just a little bit too late because we had those available.
We did for a long while.
Yeah.
And then they sold out.
Yep.
And I don't know if they'll make an appearance again.
They will not because they were not cheap. I think we made $2 on each hat.
That's our extra cheese level.
It is. Let's see. Bam. Put that there. Yeah, I was looking at. I was like, man, it's all this money coming in from the mugs, and I went and looked at everything,
Mhm.
and I was like, we made $239 on all of those mugs.
Which is still more than I thought we would make.
Yeah,
But those mugs were cool.
I think so. Saturday, John. Saturday at 7 p.m. God damn, it's loud, motherfucker.
My taco bowl is done.
Sound like you were trying to eat the glaze off the bowl.
No, it's it's funny. When my mom passed, I got her old flatware set.
Mhm.
And back then, you remember those things were heavy, and
Oh yeah,
you could basically break plates with the forks. So that's what I'm using. Is mom's old flatware. So
to eat mom's spaghetti.
no,
Okay.
no. I although I enjoyed my mom's spaghetti very much, but
Oh, anyone out here? Completely off topic. We're talking about this movie we're gonna be watching.
Rapid.
There's a new Netflix series coming, and it's called Murderville. It's got what's the guy's name who does Lego Batman?
oh, is that Will Arnett?
Yes, the Reese's guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in one of the greatest ice skating movies of all time.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to Will Forte, who did a great job on Saturday Night Live.
Of course he did. Yeah. So Brian said he saw a clip for it. Okay, the show is essentially Will Arnett is a homicide detective,
Mm-hmm.
and each episode it kind of, from what I can see, it kind of plays out like Castle, the TV show Castle.
Mm-hmm. Nathan Fillion,
Yeah, but
that's your man.
but Will Arnett is the homicide detective, and he has special celebrity guests each episode,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't get a script. he has a fully scripted show, but they don't get a script, so they kind of have to just play
that's
along.
Funny.
Yeah,
I love that idea. Mario as Stitch Jones, the Ayatollah
I
of
told
rock
her,
and
fucking
roll,
roller.
which is what Chris Jericho called himself. For
He did,
years.
yes. Yeah. So that I'm not sure when it starts, but there's 6 episodes. Hold on, I got a thing right here because Josh heard. It says
Brian's like,
February
Willard,
3rd.
Lego Batman was the best reference possible. And me, who's never seen it, knew it was Will Arnett
Well,
right
yeah.
away.
Yes, he was in Blades of Glory.
Yes, he was. With
With another Will.
John. Who's the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite?
John Heater.
John Hader. That was it.
Yeah.
As opposed to Bill Hader, who I just found out was
Stefan. Oh.
and is dating Anna Kendrick.
Yes.
I mean, who would have put those two together?
Stefan.
Because he looks old enough to be her father.
Maybe he is.
That's gross.
Old enough, not her father.
Yes, I was gonna say, if he is her father,
Just like your
That's-
mama. Yes.
that's some Jim Jones bullshit right there. Anywho,
Yes.
let's do this woo shit.
All right. So we will hit this drop with a shri. Who's your mama?
I got it good. Now let me tell you who I am. The B-I-G-D-A-double-D-Y-K-A-N-E. Dramatic, Asiatic, not like...
Hey, yo, this your boy Big Daddy Kane, and when you're trying to hear that classic material, you need to be checking out my man, Mr. Throwback Thursday, for real.
So when I roll on your rappers, you better be ready to die because you're petty. You're just a butter knife. I'm a machete. This made by Gensu. Wait until when you try to front.
1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for news with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Who News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Jack, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 417, also known as the first episode of year number 9. It's indeed time for Woo News, and we have 2 pieces of Woo News for you this week. Woo News number 1, the Metaverse.
Yes. Have you heard about this whole metaverse thing?
I've heard the term so many times and have absolutely no idea exactly what it means.
I don't quite know, but you can like buy real estate in the metaverse, and like has to do with virtual reality, Oculus. It's very weird. I think UHHM's doing something with it.
Now, do you have to buy property in the metaverse with Bitcoin?
Probably with Ethereum and
Yeah, since that doesn't seem like it's real either.
no. But the cool thing about the Metaverse is he's going full all in on this. So like he's gonna have his own little world, and however they do it, right? And then you can buy his NFTs, which I think should be MFTs, but
right,
you know.
and so do I.
You can buy his
tokens.
You can buy his NFTs, and
That's
then
what Sam Jackson was doing them.
yes,
and
then
fucking tokens.
they will become playable characters or whatever inside the Metaverse. So you get your fake money. Well, you take your real money and buy fake money, and then you take that fake money and you buy
fake
people, and then you put those fake people into a fake universe, and we can all get paid. I don't.
Why does that sound like The Sims? I mean,
We may have to get Ed back on here because and pretty sure
Yeah.
he's going to have some idea about the metaverse.
yeah. I mean,
Yes, exactly, John. It does sound like the Oasis from Ready Player One.
which I haven't seen either.
Don't
So,
see it. Read it. I'm telling you, I will buy you the fucking book if you read it.
I like Brian's take on it. Money laundering at its finest.
Yeah. I don't understand how to get the money back out.
No, me either.
Yes, I will actually find my copy of Ready Player One and send it to you, and you will read it. Do not watch the movie. Never ever do I say that, because there's no movie that is just so horribly wrong from the book
Mhm.
that I would say, no, you really need to read the book. The movie's not good enough.
And that's
This
it.
this is that movie.
So basically, it's what you said. You know, the Mephiverse is a fake world.
Yeah.
The first 3 exclusive one-on-ones of this thing will be dropping on a place called Foundation, which is at www.foundation.app, which I didn't even know
Is it
was
an
a
app?
domain. So
It's a website that just makes you download our app. That's what it is. I don't
know either. I mean, I know that there's different domains, .com,
Oh, yeah.
.org, .edu,
which are supposed to be for specific things, but sometimes they're not used that way.
.biz, you know.
Hip hop.
I didn't even I knew that was a thing too,
It's a
but
thing, but I don't know of any websites using it yet.
no.
I mean, none that I know of. I mean, I'm sure they are, but
Anyway, the first of the one-on-ones is dropping in 4 days. So that would be what, Friday at
it
this
would
point?
be. One day after Throwback Thursday, one day before Fresh Flicks.
Fresh Flick Saturday. The second piece of Woo News you have entitled Chef Sneakers.
Yeah.
And
Now,
we're, of course,
you've seen my ghost face ones.
I have, yes.
This is nothing like that.
No.
This is a
Raekwon-
whole bunch of different sneakers.
Yes, Raekwon the chef has a new project with Diadora and Foot Locker. And I mean, those look like they're in Knicks colors. So
Yeah.
really, I wouldn't be shocked to see the Knicks wearing those, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if Staten Island is Knicks country or if it's Nets country, because now that the Nets are in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, yeah.
But yeah, he's got a partnership with is it Diadora or Diadora? I'm not quite sure.
Diadora,
how
I
they
believe.
pronounce it. I think it's Diadora, which is what I thought. And Foot Locker, hip hop culture and sneakers go hand in hand, of course.
Mhm.
Diadora has been a brand for a long, long time,
Yeah.
basically since they grew up. He goes, I just wanted to be a part of both of those companies. So
Yes, Cranky Pants. If you go to any dilapidated mall or to the website, Foot Locker still exists.
in fact, in the Poughkeepsie Galleria, there's a Foot Locker, a lady Foot Locker, and a kid's Foot Locker. So there's
Wow.
3 Foot Lockers in my mall.
Is there also a Woolworths?
No. No. The
all
in
they're
fact,
doing is running and fucking.
because the
Sneakers and baby clothes.
sneakers and baby clothes. There's 2 malls. There's the White Mall and the mall of white people used to go to.
Yep. Now all the malls are the malls that we used to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I was just at the mall a couple weeks ago, in case nobody noticed. I have new glasses, so I finally got my new glasses.
Did you head
And-
downtown to the Gallery Mall?
I went downtown to the Gallery Mall. Yes. A little bit of Fresh Prince there. Nice. But everybody's doing the sneaker thing, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but
that
he's
the
doing them
chef
for
got
all
into
different.
it.
He's doing it for all different cities.
Yeah.
He's doing like multiple releases.
Yeah. And I think each city gets their own color and design, and
Yeah.
which is really kind of cool, to be honest with you, because then they become collectibles.
Exactly. So now I have to have the Detroit ones to go with my New York ones and my LA ones.
I got two pairs of Detroits, but I need the Chicago's. So I'll trade you a pair of, it's kind of like baseball cards.
Yep.
So
yes, I like the way you think, Brian. We're gonna get some Mr. Throwback Thursday shoes made up.
Mr. TBT shoes. Long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, there was a company that did those. I
have a pair.
I know you do. Do you still have them around, or
I do?
Are they hidden?
No, they're in my bedroom.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even remember who that was now because it's been so long. They used to be a sponsor of the show.
They did,
or a friend of the show, but they are, I guess, out of business.
They are no more.
They are. That's a shame.
Yeah, no, they did a pair for me. They did a pair for Death Wish.
Yes.
A pair for me to give to Death Wish. They did a pair for Duke. A lot of people. They did a pair of Paramore shoes for Ian.
For Haley. Oh, for Ian.
Yep. Yeah, it was Haley Williams on there. Yep.
So, but interesting
Eclectic
little
Goods, by the way.
bit. Yes, that's who it was. All I could think of was the band name. And I knew that wasn't it.
No. See, Gail said she always wanted a pair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if the Death Wish ones are still up there. I didn't check when I was up there. I got a picture somewhere.
So anyway, it says so other than the fact
it's just making some sneakers.
Yeah, can you speak on anything else? And he kind of gives a hint about it musically, and he's like, yeah, kind of sort of, but I can't really talk about it. So I like that the fact that they felt compelled to ask him, but he's like, yeah, when that shit gets released, then you'll know. So
yep. Speaking of, there will be new Ghostface music coming up. I got an email today that said, hey, new Ghostface Killer music is coming.
And we're all about that. So
yes, let me see. I can tell you right quick. GFK music. Big drop coming soon.
Still waiting for Killer Coffee, says Brian.
So am I, and it's with a K.
So
like Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. What do you say we get into some music?
Let's do that.
I knew this was going to be the goddamn one and done.
I told you it was.
When you sent me that picture.
Yep, and I said
the things I
talk
do
about duty,
show,
right?
You said.
Yep. Research, man. I do this all the time.
So
just imagine the ones that don't make it to the show because they are that bad that I can't do that.
We are ready for the one and done. The
Are
one
we
and
ready?
done for episode. The one and done for episode 417 is a true one and done. It is the only record by this group, and there's probably good reason for that.
It's honestly not as bad as you expect it to be. And it's got an intro by Mohandas Dweez.
Which is saying something.
Because he found them.
Mm-hmm. Release date 1989.
A number.
42 minutes, 26 seconds long. Recorded at Unique Recording Studios in New York, New York.
Yes.
Does not say a record label, so...
I got it on RCA.
Well, that would make sense. This is the one and only record by Party Posse. And it's called It's Party Time. I've got 11 tracks on this record.
As do I.
Track number 1, Just Look at Us.
Just look at us. Just look at us. Just look at us. One more time. Just look at us. 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 By the way.
Get ready to rock. The new kids on the block. The Party Posse. Now stop. Look, listen, learn. It's their turn to earn and yearn and burn and adjourn. Lies, rumors, misconceptions, and fallacies. That new Jack can't rap. And now that these brothers are here, the whole world will know. You gotta listen to the lyrics. Now watch it go.
You hear all those L's you threw in there?
It's not
Mo
a
D.
coincidence.
Mo D was throwing a lot of L's.
Not a coincidence.
Brian said this is very 1989.
Track 2
is the song that I was listening to when I sent it to you.
Yes. It's called Steppin' in Doo Doo.
Well, it must be bad luck, or it could be voodoo. Every time I walk outside, I step in some doo. Like I remember the time, it was a Friday night. I was going to a party, I was dressed out of sight. Me and the posse was walking down the street, singing a record with new kicks on our feet. One of my friends yelled out, "Yo, don't walk by the gate."
Yes, they very well may have recorded this in a mall kiosk, John.
Kind of does have that sound to it, doesn't it?
I could play you King Dana T and the Knights of the Turntable, which was recorded in one of those, and you can compare them.
I know it was. Track number 3, Teamwork.
Right, said this song will not be usable in court of law. As if he stepped in someone's doo-doo and then beat them up.
Hit it, you understand. It's time to get deep in. Wake up, my brother, stop sleeping. Don't weaken. When I'm
This
speaking
guy's
to
voice
black, white, Chinese, and Puerto Rican,
is
Asian,
what I picture Mo D on Helium.
It's time to rock again. Party posse. It's on Riverside. Rhymes, we deliver wide. It's teamwork.
It's teamwork.
Track number 4, Don't You Ever Fall in Love.
That sounds like Mo D right there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gents, listen to the story. I got a girl and her name is Lori. Lori is the type that always gets jealous, but I don't say nothing when she chats with the fellas. We walk down the street and a girl looks at me.
Everybody always rhymes jealous with fellas.
Like that, and she comes
Well, yeah, it's not a whole lot of options.
Is lazy.
Lethargic.
Track number 5, Striving.
Here we go. Time.
And I will tell you, track 11 was going to be a Bill Reed's lyrics, but the lyrics were not available anywhere.
Radio stations, I send
On
you
vacation.
this. Rap lovers, clap your hands and let's do this. Now, let the speech reach all and each and never end. Since I'm in you, striving for true discipline. To every friend, our pedestrian society. Get close as I, sweat off some hot anxiety. Feeling the beat, smelling sweet as a rose.
Smelling sweet as a rose.
Track number 6, Keep Dancing.
Another apostrophe.
Mm-hmm.
Striving, dancing. They don't like the letter G.
A lot of verbs.
Wait a minute.
Nah, I don't play those. I just smash like mashed potatoes. In newspapers, I read about the Lakers. My favorite record, Anita Baker's. Can't eat french fries without ketchup. Take a rapper out and then say next up. Yo, I give the girls good loving. Play fabulous and get cooked like an oven. I'll scratch my man, has back up. Suckers in the place, just back up. Cause I'm here, see a girl and pull up. Sweet and chewy, but low in sugar. Mean machine, lean, unsaturated. Girls, you're
Mean machine,
infatuated.
lean, unsaturated.
Because you can't have them saturated fats.
No.
Track number 7, Is It Really Worth It?
To listen to the rest of the album? I think so. Just to get to the last track.
Your boss gets drugs and he lets you pack it. Don't lie, you know you tapped it. Selling crack, now I'm puffing crack. Gone and you can't come back. For those who puff when they get wealth, you should be spitted on. You don't respect yourself.
Spitted on.
For that crack that scrapes every penny. Your girl stepped off because
Spitted.
you got spinning.
Yes.
Is it really worth it?
Tell me. I hate when they spit it on.
Oh, me too. Makes it a very bad day.
Yes.
Track number 8. Yo, baby, yo.
Yo, baby, yo, baby. Oh.
Sounds like the Mary Mary beat.
Yeah. Pump it up, pump it up.
When you walk down the street, you bump into a cutie. She looks at your pocket, so you look at that booty. She was Louis Vuitton and Gucci down pat. If your pockets ain't fat, you know you get no rap. So you kick the best rap.
So she looks at your pocket, so you look at her booty. I don't see how the two go together.
I'm gonna say I don't necessarily see that as a fair trade-off.
It
Track
is,
number 9.
In some worlds, it is an exchange of goods and services, but
Rhyming is a skill.
is it?
In case you didn't know.
Rhyming is a skill. Rhyming is a skill. Rhyming is a skill. Rhyming is a skill. Rhyming is a skill that is comfortable. Music runs to you. Hard work, you know some can do. Voices translate and put you up to date. Suckers who didn't believe in that.
Track number 10. That's the way they are.
That's the way.
I like it.
Listen, everybody, let the fab nurse you. Let's talk about something universal. Girls out there always wanna be older. When I walk the street, they're all on my shoulder, chopping up my lips.
Ooh, on my shoulder.
Always hugging on me.
You know, that was a
sweating up
word.
my gear. Well, that's alright, cause the fab's always with it. I take them to my crib and jump right in it.
And jump right in it.
Last track on the record, number 11.
Was going to be a Bill Reed's lyrics, but I can't find the lyrics anywhere. So if anybody can find the lyrics for this song on some obscure lyrics site or wants to write them down in a Word document and send them to me, Bill will read this in the future.
CCC.
United States of America. This is your first and last warning. That's all I'm saying.
Women of the United States of America.
Harsh movement.
This is your first and last
Critical cock crew.
cock crew. Yeah, us, honey.
We're the critical cock crew. Critical cock crew. Critical cock crew. Now bust it. I am down with the critical cock crew. 24/7, I do nothing but skrill. Girls on the jock, down by the tracks. My critical cock booming out my slacks. My sit so big, drags on the floor. I bruise my cock when I slam my door. My critical cock.
CCC being the Critical Cock Crew. And Gail is willing to write the lyrics.
I am not sure where critical comes from. I mean, why are you criticizing?
Maybe it's just critical that you have it. I don't know. He bruised it by slamming it in the door. I don't know what he was doing.
Ouch. Sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, I'm sure people pay for that kind of thing, but
sometimes you have to pay extra for that kind of action, Cotton.
Yes.
Anyway, that was your one and done for episode 417, Party Posse with It's Party Time. I have 0 charting action on here.
What?
I know it's very difficult.
However could that happen?
Yeah. Very difficult to come up with here. But I got no charting action on this next one either, I don't think.
Also, not a major surprise.
And that would be the record of the week for episode 417, the first episode of year number 9. The record of the week came to us May 4th, 1999.
A number.
It was recorded at Threshold Studios in Santa Monica, California. It runs 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 22 seconds on one of my favorite record labels I've ever heard of. Funky Ass Records. I believe this is the third record.
I don't know.
But the first one
I think this is
under this alias.
Yes, that's why I say I believe this is the only one, but it is at least the first one.
So this technically could have been a one and done if we really wanted it to. But this, and we talked about it last week when we did, I think it was Bill Reed's lyrics.
Bill Reed's lyrics, yes.
This is produced by the artist himself as well as
under what name?
Under his regular name.
Okay.
It's also Cut Master Kurt on the production. It is from Dr. Doom, also known as Cool Keith. And the name of this record is First Come, First Served. How many tracks do I have?
312.
It kind of seems like it. 20.
I have 22.
I feel like the count on Sesame Street. 20.
Yes.
20 tracks.
But the last two songs are remixes. One by Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yeah.
I love the title of the first track.
And I think John will like it because it's subtitled Intro.
It
is an intro. And it's called Who Killed Dr. Octagon?
And we're going to roll right into the next one because that's 37 seconds long.
And that's called No Chorus. That is a legitimate question. Who killed Dr. Octagon?
Black Elvis.
Emergency, Dr. Octagon. Please go to room 109. You got a patient with rabies waiting. Yeah. Yep. What's wrong, doctor?
Looks like you're gonna need a bad operation.
Oh yeah? You that Dr. Octagon ass motherfucker, right? I tell you what. Take
No,
this
put the
motherfucking
gun away
T2
now.
of these and call me in the
No.
motherfucking morning. I'm Dr. Doom. Yeah. You motherfuckers ought to let me go and finish this motherfucking album. Dr. Doom. Name of this track is called I Don't Want the Motherfucking Chorus. Whatever the arrangements are, we gonna go through. Fuck all the laws. What the fuck was in your mind when you rapped on that track? Who possessed you to do that? Who programmed that shit sound whack? Unplug your mic, you motherfuckers rap under a bunch of fucking hype. Programmed by the company.
Yeah, that's Cool Keith, no matter what
It
he calls
is.
himself. Track number 3, Apartment 223.
Not 227.
There is nobody home. The spirits around will haunt you. Do not ring the bell. There is nobody home. Apartment 223.
I'm very hungry.
Apartment 223.
I'm very hungry.
Apartment 223.
Track number 4 is a 43-second long skit called Mr. Rat. And it goes into track number 5 featuring Jackie Jasper called Neighbors Next Door.
Yeah, little ratty. That's right. Come over here. Michael Jackson had one. I'm gonna name you John. Little rat. Try to chew on this bazooka. Here's some peanut butter. Little beautiful rat. Nobody understands you. You're so cute. Look at your gray face and your long tail. You're so pretty. Everybody always throwing things at you. Beautiful little rat.
Yo, Jackie, This Keith. It's the answer machine. I left the keys under the rug. There's some meat up in the closet. If you gonna throw it out tonight, I'm gonna run up to Tower Records and get a pizza. Alright? I'm gonna come back. Yeah. Chewing alligator meat, live cow steaks, sitting on old newspapers by the kitchen sink. You think I'm off limits, driving a 74 Dodge Plymouth. Up the street with human feet, color apple green with spots, eating blueberry Pop-Tarts. With the 8th body in my trunk, my elbow bleeds with lumps.
Who the fuck puts blueberry Pop-Tarts in a song? Cool motherfucking Keith. That's him.
Yeah. He's driving the 74 Plymouth up the street with human feet. He's Flintstoning that shit.
Like Fred Flintstone driving around with ball feet.
Yeah.
Track number 6, I Run Rap.
Yeah. Number one MC in the world, a.k.a. Dr. Doom. Straight out of solitary. I got the block locked down. Transfer me to Corcoran to Pelican Bay. You don't want to step in my cell. I eat your ass for real. Even veterans go out with tight pants and lipstick. Most rappers flex up, they vexed up, they acting hard. Attending Catholic school at mom's house, they soft as lard. They rolling packs, carrying yo-yos, impos and jacks. That kid you beat it, his boys ran victorious.
He did say soft as lard, yes.
He did, yes.
And Brian, he never said that he was eating those blueberry Pop-Tarts. Just that they were in the car.
Right, because, yes. And
he's cool, Keith. You never know what the hell he was doing with them.
But I do agree with him. Blueberry Pop-Tarts are gross. So track number 7, You Live at Home with Your Mom.
Just like your mama, Jim Jones.
I was gonna say, that's a Jim Jones thing.
New York City. Dr. Doom Pebblestone. I took the Batmobile out last night. Went to Tony Rome. And I seen exaggeration. Spotting fools front and fly. Girls act material. Spotting fools front and fly. Girls act material.
Track number 8 features Motion Man, not Method Man, Motion Man. Housing Authority.
M-O-T-I-O-N, man.
Man.
And you'll say
1 Adam 12 all
from the streets. This is what's going on.
Everybody get extreme from backup.
The revolution will not be televised.
Aqua, gill neck, shark bite, beach towel, Bay Area conquistador, Negro reservation, sniper, tree trunk, squirrel, monkey agility, ultimate fight night, pay-per-view ability, angel flight, superhero platform, shoot, stomp down, return, smack, sniffing, afro, hairy chest being, shark and seeing, the Atlantic Ocean, scared emotion, bulletproof lips, I'm flapping them, you shoot your best shot.
All of a sudden, it just told me I had no memory to open up a page.
Well, you were right on time anyway. I just finished track 8.
So that just kind of booped me out. Now I'm booped back in. Track number 9 is a 23-second skit called Wild Kingdom. I'm going to stay in the car while Jim wrestles this alligator. You remember that shit, don't
Yes,
you?
I
Sunday
do.
nights? Track number 10, Welfare Love. That's hysterical.
And you'll say
No, not that one. This
Kindu
one.
has recently lured Luisha away from another group of guerrillas in the area. She's the latest addition to his harem. Everyone is still a little uneasy about this newcomer. The other females won't accept Luisha until she presents the family with the crucial token of status, a baby.
That is the crucial token.
Hey, baby. This the one, Dr. Doom. I still love you because you ain't plastic. Making them peanut butter sandwiches. Babies crying, running around with dirty diapers. The way you used to make the Kool-Aid with the weave all in your hair. Even some dropping down in my soup. I could excuse that.
It's Welfare Love, Section 8. It's Welfare Love, Section 8. It's Welfare Love.
Track number 12. Actually, track number 11. I forgot about
11,
11.
yes.
Dr. Doom's in the room.
Yeah, for the motherfucking 2000. In this mother. Straight from Houston, Texas. The motherfucking Dr. Doom. We rolling. I'm shutting rappers down like Giuliani shut down strip clubs. Turning your fake gangster hardcore stories into some Mickey Mouse Teletubby shit. Y'all niggas need to quit. Stop pulling your silicone tits. In the city is my town. Don't even fucking try to say a fly rhyme. Or holding possessions you don't own. And your cellular phone don't even fucking roam. Y'all got the nerve to be standing in the hot rap zone against something you can't afford. Rappers be sounding for that.
Cool Keith has no concept of where beats are or anything. He just
It
rattles
doesn't matter.
off shit. That's all he does.
It
Track-
doesn't matter where the beat is.
Track number 12, once again featuring Jackie Jasper. Call the Cops.
Jackie, you keep some rollers in your head with that plastic on your head, huh? Man. Hey, Keith, who did your Jerry curls, man? Look good.
Hey, Jerry,
I seen y'all this morning on Cops, man. They had y'all pictures, all your profiles and everything. Y'all should stay low. Get out there. Gene called. He need $5. Ultimate focus behind your neck. Here we flex with text on your lyrical index. Stop the masses, rotate the fastest. Afro Jerry curl world. Get ignited, reinvited on your main sources like the enforcers. Submachine spray your Liberace pianos. Freestyle ambulances, bring out your new dances.
Freestyle ambulances.
Track number 13, Brothers Feel Fly.
Like Ricky the Wine
I feel
Taster.
spectacular, man. I feel up. I feel really up.
You high on shit?
No, I'm not high. I'm not high. No. Why should I be high?
Yo, I bought that album, man. It's whack, man. I'm telling you, I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest, man. Honest. That up. Serious. I don't feel it, man. The drums are too weak. I don't feel the snares. Could have used a different type of sample. Whack, man. Whack. Yeah. Yo, that kid is whack. His father's whack. His group is whack. That's word, black. I'm detrimental. I hop up on this instrumental. Smack your face with mix of pot of grease, full regrets. Burn you like Teddy Pendergrass. Tap you on that ass. I'm Big Jim. Shut your mouth. Call me Jimmy Still.
Sullying the good name of Teddy Pendergrass. Track number 14, Sideline.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, money? It's Cool Keith. You ever go to some girls' houses and they act like they live in lavish? 2000 Extreme with space chandeliers. I mean rugs. I mean just everything all over the carpet. With updated 1975 music plan. I'm pulling all your programs. That's right, all you materialistic robots. Prepare. Yo, I seen your girl last night. Flat butt is whack, skinny hips, bullhead weave with the ashy lips. Wig in the backseat.
Ballhead weave. Track number 15, Bitch Gets No Love. Does a bitch ever get love?
I don't believe so.
Yo, these bitches ain't paying for shit. They up here eating, getting ready to plan to go to somebody else's house after this. They using us, man. Fuck this. Bitch, you got a fat stomach, your braids look tacky, and you're fucking broke. Like Rakim said, I ain't no joke. You're posing as a high-class, stink-ass hood rat. Fuck behind any man's back. Bum bitch at the shark bar. Looking like an arc bark with a fucked-up park car. Got the nerve to have a diamond. I'm embarrassed you keep rhyming. Fuck you, Simple Simon.
He's got a Pharaoh fucking Monch feel to him on this record.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
With just the way he's throwing fucking bars against the wall, verses against the wall, just to see what sticks. Track number 16. It's a 22-second skit called Body Bag. Goes right into track number 18 called Mental Case.
No. Shopping list goes into body bag. That's what I have.
Oh, you're right. Shopping list goes into Body Bag. I skipped Body Bag and went right to Mental Case because Cool Keith's a fucking mental case.
He is.
5 cans of Decon roach spray, 2 colors of shoe dye, white gloves, 4 cans of cow can, cat food, 1 chocolate Yoo-hoo, a can of Ajax, Clarks for the bone smells in the living room, cat litter and a bag of onion rings for the dog, and 2 boxes of Apple Jacks and Flintstone vitamins. Dr. Doom. Beware when I walk in your room. That's right. AKA Kool Keith. I'm washing pots and pans, fried gorillas with tortilla chips and clam dips. My pants ripped, playing Gladys Knight on Friday night. With buffalo meat, your ass vomit. Gastric juice with French toast, balls from a moose. Heavy convulsion, construction, your stomach tucked in. Leave you with Maylocks and castor.
Now we go into Mental Case, track number 18.
Fuck Octagon. Don't ask me about that fucking shit. Fucking ask me about that fucking shit again. I ain't doing that type of shit. You motherfuckers think I'm crazy, right? I know, but I am. I have to show niggas, word G. I have to blow niggas. Tech 9 carbines pointing in your fucking faces. 38 Magnum, butcher knife, man. Watch me stab him. Jewish kid left there with ambulances by the wheelchair. Dangerous action, I'm the movie, I'm the main attraction. Fuck up your front lawn with M&M's, Biffy popcorn. Piss in your mailbox, those shitty Pampers every 2 blocks. Cut up your Great Dane with charcoal out, leaving great flame. You fucking
Doodle Pampers.
You getting blasted. Niggas get fucked up. You black niggas acting white. Your Rolex gone. My project's on your airplane flight. First time you check out.
He said shitty Pampers, and all I could think of was Doodle Pampers.
Exactly.
Last track on the record. No, we got 2 more. 19, Leave Me Alone.
Oh, Paul Hardcastle, then a 19.
To all our fans, the people who don't know what I've been going through to make my own. Now it's time to hurt your feelings as an obsessed music industry fan. Hey yo, my man, look at my hand. They look human, right? You think I'm a monster, ill circus clown, not a specimen. Don't look at me funny when I come around. And I've been trying to figure me out for years.
Don't try to figure him out.
You think I ever would?
8 for
Last
13
track
green, man.
last track that I have listed, 9 minutes and 13 seconds long. It's called Live, Bald-Headed Girl. And that happens, I guess, after a short period of silence after the 5 minute and 10 second mark.
Is it live, 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 live? Is it live, 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 live? I heard your CD is whack, wasn't fucking impressed. Who's the nigga with the big mouth? I leave your ass out wrecked and bit off with a lion mouth. Your hype man sound like a bitch that switch. Y'all niggas need to be around with my dick itch. Yo, TNT, these niggas acting wild like they homo, but they trying to see me. Fuck it. I'ma pull up in the 4 van, let these niggas know I'ma give them a permanent.
Now, if you go to the 5 minute and 10 second mark and then wait for
I
the
don't have
silence, you don't? Because that's
No,
when. Or do you
Go
just have it as a separate track?
I don't know.
Bald-Headed Girl.
No. I don't have it.
Okay.
Because this track for me is only 3 minutes, 13 seconds long.
Ah. Well, then that's going to do it for this crazy-ass record from Dr. Doom called First
James,
Come...
Stop this crazy record.
First come, first served. Again, no charting action on this.
What?
I guess if you put a record out on funky-ass records, you can't get charting action on it.
Maybe not. But can you get funky with it?
You can get funky. So, first come, first served by Dr. Doom, alias of Kool Keith. Your record of the week for episode 417. Remind everybody that our one and done this week was Party Posse.
Which Brian said he's going to go pick up. I don't know if you can find it on Discogs or the thrift store or
wherever, but if you can find it, have fun with that. You'll be you'll be the only one who has it. Before we take our final break, we do have an old to the new this week.
We do.
Old to the new that we got permission from the artist himself to play. This is called Malice of Mammon. It is by R.A. the Rugged Man, featuring somebody you may have heard of.
Friend of the show?
Chuck D. So check out Malice of Mammon by R.A. the Rugged Man and Chuck D here on Mr. Throwback Thursday.
You better get ready. The times are coming when the sinner must die.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Power to override government by corporate elitists. The corporations write laws that government keeps secret. Private prisons keep you in damn chains while funding legislators, judges, and presidential campaigns. Government propaganda appear pompous, but science is not science when theories is funded by fearmongers. Warmongering and profit and offer corpses is morbid. The poor get deported, the middle class get extorted. It's corporate. The criminals are those the IRS won't audit. Ponzi scheme make the cake off it. Bernie Madoff it. We celebrate giving thanks, having parades at Macy's while we invade lands, bomb hospitals, and kill babies. Mutilate human life, make hate, lie, take, rob, steal, or break, kidnap, murder, rape for the money.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach for it. It ain't worth the paper it's printed on. Backed by the Pentagon. Ass kicking going on.
Money.
Gross national product. Meaning war is the answer. Another missile.
Officer overseer, gun kill, nightstick chokehold. Your clan hero, Margaret Sanger, population controller, eugenicist, globe owner. You can buy shares, operation, depopulation. The Bill Gates billionaires speaking prejudice from tongue where the venomous come from and the heretic scum run. Begin Genesis 1-1. The government become God, bomb mosques and burn churches. Kill for black liquid beneath the earth's surface. DDT in the 1940s. Now it's genetically modified organisms created in laboratories. Toxic edible chemicals poisoning the nation, cause Monsanto runs the Food and Drug Administration. Contaminate your DNA. Agent Orange inventors responsible for murdering 4 of my family members. I chase JP Moore till he's gone. Tell Wells how far I go and keep your circus act sideshow. Fuck the money.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach for it. Accountants being counters, lawyers change the planet. The workers, players, and the artists go, damn it. How high you jump for this dollar? Bust the light. It's God you trust for this paper, right? Reach for it.
Encore when the bars from the guard roar. Bombs galore. Strategic tacticians, soldiers in the art of war. Police with fire hoses, harming the poor. Military designated regions in the city, part of martial law. Doctors prescribing pills for non-existent conditions, cause pharmaceutical companies are in bed with the physicians. Push false diagnoses and drug your brains. Make Pablo Escobar drug hustle look like chump change. No need for discipline. Feed the children Adderall and Ritalin. Prescription medicine, synthetic heroin and Dexedrine. Use your kids as guinea pigs, their mind and bodies. Turn them into drug-induced suicidal zombies. Hit like a plane in the sky when they fly in the tower. The more afraid people are, the more government gain power. That's why I'm fighting that power like Mr. Chuck riding Howard. When I'm riding, I'm arriving like on the island of Okinawa. Fuck the money.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
Reach.
Money make the globe turn. Money make the globe turn.
I get money.
Money talks, but God left the room.
Hi.
R.A. the Rugged Man with Chuck D. Man, does he comes hard with it every single time, doesn't he?
Every time. Look, I don't know who else can come out, aside from maybe Cool Keith, with a song called Cunt Renaissance. And just, it gets play. People love it. R.A. the Rugged Man is one of the nastiest motherfuckers out there.
He really is. And that record he put out 2 years. And that record he put out 2 years ago, still one of my favorite records. I listen to that pretty much on the regular.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's fucking strong. I mean, lyrically, it's strong. And
he's a fucking animal.
he's an absolute beast.
And,
So
and
our-
it really pains me that more people don't know who he is and what he's done.
Right. R.A. the Rugged Man featuring Chuck D with it's kind of funny because Malice of Mammon. You're trying to figure out what the fuck Mammon is.
Yeah.
But you don't have to know. You just have to listen.
That's right.
The more you listen, the more you know. So that is your old and the new. R.A. the Rugged Man with Chuck D. The record of the week was Dr. Do-oom.
And there goes Bill again. Oh, what's going on with his internet tonight? But he'll be back to finish out what he was saying, hopefully. I'm sure he's cursing at his computer right now. Yes, exactly. And I'm glad you finally get to see full-on technical difficulty mode. Because we have more than anyone else needs. 200% more, exactly. What was the name of the place in the mall, John, where you used to be able to do the karaoke recording crap? It's like Be a Star or something weird. I don't remember what it was called. I'm sure it was high on that chart.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Well, Brian commented.
It's on the
yeah, that's why he said
it's on the ingredients. But I've not had problems with this computer since I bought it. It's saying that my memory there's not enough memory for me to keep pages open.
Oh. Have you updated your computer?
I updated it to Windows 13 or the most recent operating system.
11, yes.
Or whatever it is. So that's right. It's the iPhone 13. But
Yes.
it's I updated
regular.
it.
I mean, like regular updates, not just your operating system. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
whenever it says it has to update, I fucking click the updates. So
Okay.
I don't
so
know.
we're gonna come back in with do-oom.
Yeah, let me. I gotta find where, because everything closed out. All
Nice.
my windows closed out.
That is Bill's life, Brian. Too many tabs open.
Not usually.
No. Mentally, physically, emotionally,
No,
computerly.
No, that's more my wife's, man. She's the one that's got 100 tabs open, all spinning.
Yes.
And where's that fucking music coming from? You know, that's what it is. You know.
Yep.
And I didn't even have to. I got one tab open for StreamYard, and I got one tab open for our notes. I don't even know what else it's saying.
because
is
it's
open
not like
right
there's
now.
anything to read from. There's no articles.
No. So I really have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Fuck bubble.
Anyway, so let's come back in with Dr. Do-oom.
With his tree. Who's your mama?
All right, the Rugged Man featuring Chuck D with Malice and Mammon, your old to the new. Record of the week, Dr. Do-oom with First Come, First Served, and your one and done party posse with It's Party Time. We will take our final break of the evening. When we come back, it will be time for Bill Reed's Lyrics on episode 417. Mr. Throwback Thursday coming right back at you.
Yay.
I really wish I knew what the fuck was going on with this.
And since this is an anniversary show, you're gonna have a long ass Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Of course I am. I'm almost wondering if there's something I need to do here on the settings menu.
No idea.
Whatever. We'll figure it out as long as we get through.
Yep. Fix it in post. Gotcha.
You got it.
We all have our jobs here. Mine is fix it in post.
Mine is listen to it to make sure he did.
Yes, make sure I fixed everything. All right.
See how you liked how I Oh, we didn't mention the artist of the month. I mentioned the fact that it wasn't on there.
But
but
you didn't
we
have it
mention-
there?
Yeah.
It's still Nas.
It's still Nas. So when we come back, I'll remind everybody.
Artist of the month, still Nas.
For one more week.
Yes. Imagine, Brian, I edit this thing down to 2 hours clean. And you're gonna find out now because you're a fancy patron, you get the unedited version.
Right.
There is stuff that happens before we go live. There's stuff that happens after we're done live, and all that's gotta be taken out and cleaned up. And yeah, my Tuesday morning is edit. That's what it is. Because you can't just go, okay, I think it was fine for the first hour and 12 minutes. And then I got to listen to the whole thing all the way through.
No, because that's when Bill burped and farted and I had to take that out.
Banging his taco bowl.
I only did that on. I did that on the.
It was
break,
on the break.
man.
Yes. Yeah, that's gonna be the name of Bill's next band. Banging the Taco Bowl. I think I saw that movie once in the Navy.
Most of the time, you have to pay extra for that kind of action.
Yes. Hi, Poops McGee. All right.
So technically, Brian, you do listen to the podcast. You just listen to it as a live cast.
Yes. Yes. So there's no need to listen to the finished product if you were there. But you should download it anyway because we need the numbers. Okay.
If we do. All right, let's do this.
I'm going to hit this drop with a Shri. Who's your mama?
Yo, Chuck, run a power move on him.
Yo, check this out. Chuck B probably going to be number one. And you're checking out. Bam, Jamie and Bill. Go back to Thursdays right here, right now. Come on.
But it starts with Bill.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Put words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Midol for any cramp.
Most people don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reads Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 417. It is once again time for everybody's favorite part of the show, Bill Reads Lyrics, coming at you live. And if you're brand new to it, then Jamie sends Bill lyrics, and Bill reads lyrics.
Yes. It is a very simple concept.
In theory, yes. So I shall go into the private chat because that's where you usually send it to.
Yep.
And we will look there.
You're going to read a lot. Just scroll down a very little bit to where it says verse and the artist's name. And then go. And you're going to stop at the word shine. It's
how
all
far
the way
down?
to the bottom.
Oh my God. Okay. I hope you got long piano this week.
Of course I do.
I haven't read any of it. I just saw.
I have 3 minutes and 32 seconds to the motherfucking piano.
Okay. Hopefully I'll get it done in that time.
So with no type of ado.
None.
Sesame Street Grover Style, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
Yo, bitch. I fucked your friend. Yeah, you stink hoe. I seen her on the elevator. Honey grabbed my Kangol. She put me on to mega shit. About to slap the bitch. She shot crazy verbal. I lean back like I'm rich. It took place late night on February 17th. Hands flooded like ink. My face on her magazine. Just got back from Honolulu. Pocket stacking boku cash. Girlfriend slipped a yoo-hoo and laughed. Yo. While I was on tour, whore, you went to work. Quick, fast, had a nickelback dick in the dirt. You couldn't wait just to kidnap the bait of my sperm. Where was you at, ho? Pinky house, she put in my perm. That's all you ever said to me. Thought that could hold me? Remember when I long dicked you and broke your ovary? You crab bitch, chicken head hoe, eating Harold's. I'm the first Nickelback that had you watching flicks by De Niro. You gained crazy points, baby. Just being with God. Taught you how to eat the right foods fast and don't eat lard. I gave you earth lessons. I came to you as a blessing. You didn't do the knowledge. What the God was manifesting, you sneaky fuck bitch. Your ways and actions told it all. I fucked you while you was bleeding. Held you down in malls sexually. You worshipped my dick like a cross. I had you freaked out, broke out. For a month, you fell off. You was my main shit. My peeps showed you love on the strength. You saw how I got down. The way I thought I had you tranked. But you had to fuck this lobster head ass Nickelback. I should have slapped him. But the God said, chill. That's your whiz fault, God. Handle that in the lab. I'm wondering how many times your hot ass got stabbed, you dumb bitch. Horny hot fuck from out the mountains. Your clientele is low, ho. Catch you next show, bro. I got jerked. Gave away my pussy. That shit hurt. It feel like somebody died or shot your old earth, but fuck it. I fucked you on a chair with 3 legs. Broken tables. Had you screaming while you was biting on my cables. We slid to the washing machine and threw it on spin. If your pussy dry, spit on my dick and put it in. My dick's the bomb, baby. Marvelous hot steak. Plus, I'm conceited. Starks make the biggest hoe call rape. I'm God Cypher Divine. Love my pussy refined. That means clean. A FDS smell with a shine.
You made it.
I did. So did the
it had 9 seconds left.
You gotta love the broken ovary. Gail mentioned a lot of this stuff in here. Lobster head. Brian just thought it was beautiful.
There you go.
Brings a tear.
Sex for Dummies 101.
Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
A broken ovary always brings a tear to my eye.
I would think so. I would imagine that would chafe.
That was beautiful, man.
That was beautiful. So that was Bill Reed's lyrics for episode 417. We're going to remind everybody that this coming Saturday we have Fresh Flicks Night.
We do.
And Jamie had flashed the movie a couple of times as to what it was going to be.
Yep.
So if you are a Mario Van Peebles fan,
which everyone should be,
then you'll be into the Fresh Flicks for January, or actually, I guess it's January still.
It'll be the January viewing, the February review.
Right. And it will be rapping. Because that's the way you have to say it.
Yes.
So that is the Fresh Flicks. And I think it's time we say goodbye to all of our posse friends.
We say goodbye to Bill and hello to Phil and take us the fuck home.
Well, now that my new hat is back on, you want this one too, Brian?
No, Chris wants it.
Or Chris, that's right.
Yeah.
Chris wants this. And Chris only wants the black one. He doesn't want the gray one.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast is an official affiliate of the world's strongest coffee company, Death Wish Coffee. You find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at deathwishcoffee.com. You order their fantastic coffee and merchandise, and you use the code TBT, and that will save you 12% off of your order.
Yes.
We're also friends with Def Rugs, which you can find at defrugs.com. Also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs from Ruggy Fresh himself, Marshall Fox, and the Green-Eyed Bandit, Eric Sermon. So go check out Def Rugs on their multiple ways of finding them. Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
You want to go check them out on Facebook, and you want to order that wonderful candy at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK and save 10% off your order at Bittersweet Candy. Melted Mikes at meltedmikes.com. You can use our code Mr. Throwback Thursday and save 10% off of the hip-hop themed t-shirts put out by Melted Mikes and our friend Pumice T. Mendola. So go check out MLTDMICS.com and go order yourself some t-shirts. Last but not least, Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Pop culture and hip hop themed things from the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday himself and his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday.
Yes.
Geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. God only knows what they're going to do with it once they get it.
And also go over to MrThrowbackThursday.com and get this shirt.
Yes, love that new shirt. And oh, by the way, we did not mention the fact that the artist of the month was Nas. We
It's
forgot
still
to mention
Nas,
that.
yes.
It's still Nas for one more week. It's Nas. So next week, we'll have a new artist of the month.
We will.
So get your thoughts in for who you want to see as artist of the month for next week. And no, it's not going to be Party Posse.
No, it will be a Deaf Posse.
It is shout outs time.
Yay,
Actually,
yay.
no, it's the social media network time.
Well, you need to make up your mind.
Social media first. MrThrowbackThursday.com, the homepage for everything Mr. Throwback Thursday. MRThrowbackThursday.com. Leave us a voice message by clicking on that microphone and hitting us up. You can also follow us on Twitter at @the_MR_TBT and Bill_MR_TBT. That's Bill MRTBT and the MRTBT. On Instagram, I am still Bill MRTBT. Jamie is Mr. Throwback Thursday. Pretty basic stuff.
Yes.
Go check out the Facebook page, the Mr. Throwback Thursday page, the one that started it all, and also home of the TBT Posse, where posse members like yourselves can get together and talk shit about us. So that's
or
the
like
fun
Gail
part.
post cool videos and stuff for our anniversaries.
Yes, Gail is the posse member Hall of Fame, I think. So
she put out that the good day
yes
post.
And I will say, now we will do shout outs.
Okay.
And we are going to start our shout outs with our newest patron.
Oh, we got a new one.
And that would be Mr. Brian Hallenbach.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
And Gail Dunmeyer. And Manny Baez. And Sarah Henderson. And John Henderson. And Hugo Gonzalez. And Sanket Patel. And Teresa Lynn's Simple Luxuries at teresalyns.com. And Kat Malark, and Clay Arsenault, and Jason Eckert, and Jennifer Buchanan, the Shrieking Warrior Jennifer Buchanan, and Jacob O'Neill, and Jason Heath, and Paulie Tibbert, and Chris Kinsley, and Jessica Walker, and Deshauna Townley, and Shane Hatley, and Ricky Schnarr. And they all get mentioned because of one reason and one reason only.
Because they're messing with that and OE? No.
Or
more.
Want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or MrThrowbackThursday.com. Click on that little link that says become a patron.
Yeah, we try to make it easy.
Don't forget our friends in the industry. As always, check out Anthony Imran and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Check out our friend Lion at Lion Like Roar, his podcast. Check out our friend Talking Ty on her webpage at BrooklynTyNYC.com and her show, What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Ty NYC. And the hardest working turntablist in the world is DJ B at It'sFreshRadio.com, where you can listen to the Mr. Throwback Thursday show every Thursday from 6 to 8 a.m. And then follow it up with the All Request Show. And if you want to get your requests on with DJB, you shoot him a tweet at Real Fresh Radio, and he will hopefully get it in there for you seamlessly.
He's been doing cool stuff lately. Like every other week or every third week, he does the All Request Show. He does videos.
Nice.
And he's got it hooked up to his turntable, so he mixes, and the video mixes while he plays.
That's why he's the hardest working guy in the world, man.
Damn straight.
You can also get that Fresh Radio app for your phone if you want to listen to it on your phone. You can check us out on wild1radio.com as well. Go to wild1radio.com. It will tell you on Wild One Radio where you can listen to Mr. Throwback Thursday, and most importantly, when you can listen to us.
Yes.
Because wherever you are, it will tell you when we air. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff on every podcast platform you can find.
Reviews.
They help us tremendously, whether people
Yes.
think so or not. So until next week, thank you all for joining us as we start year number 9, and we will see you next week. But until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. Wear your masks. Get your shots if you can. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
And keep it classic. Share the good word, and always remember,
New school stale, old school fresh.